So last week, if you recall, we were talking about the one chord and the notes that were available to that chord. The tension notes as well as the chord tones. The 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the tension notes 9 and 13 or 6 if you're replacing the 7, 2 if you're replacing the 3, 4 if you're doing a sus, but generally we're not doing that. You remember, that's what happened last week. This week, I have gone ahead and taken that same graph and modified it for the second chord in a major scale, the Dorian mode, and the chord itself as well as tensions. So available tensions are still major tensions, you'll notice, just like the last one. So the last one had no flats, just everything was natural. The pattern, as you could see on this video up above, was whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, and that gives you all the major scale tones, meaning nothing is flat. When you move to the second mode, or the second note in the major scale, if you think of that second note as your home base, all of a sudden you have some flats because that pattern has shifted over by one. You know, the pattern from the video I told you to look at up here, my modes video. I made that pattern that said whole step, half step, whole step, half step. I think it's in that video. If it's not, I apologize, and I will add it. So that pattern has shifted over by one, and now we have the Dorian scale, which gives us our 2 chord. So if we were just playing a C as our 1 chord, our 2 chord is D minor 7 with a flat 3 and a flat 7. If I wanted to add a tension, I could add a 13 or a 6. I could add a 9 or 2, but normally it would be called a 9. Or I can add an 11, which sounds really cool. Those are all available tensions for this chord. A pretty common one is just replacing the 7 with a 6. Another really common one is putting in the 9 and moving the 3rd around, keeping that 7. Adding an 11 sounds really cool. So it's a pretty cool chord, and it's a pretty cool scale. It's a good one to know because it's kind of jazzy sounding. In fact, I nicknamed this one the Jazz Minor because it's heard a lot in jazz tunes. They like to use the Dorian mode because it's got that major 6 and it sounds cool. And that's it, folks. That's your Theory Thursday. So the 2-chord Dorian mode. And next week we'll be talking about Phrygian and the 3-chord It's important to realize as we go through these that these chord progressions are kind of crucial to your knowledge in music, meaning a lot of times you'll run into musicians and they'll just be like, oh, it's easy, it's just a 2-5-1 progression. Well, this is a 2 chord, so 2, then 5, which we haven't gone over yet, and then you would resolve to 1, which is the chord that we started with last week. So check it out. If you have questions, leave them down below. I'm happy to talk personally or go over this in maybe a live if that's something that people want to do. Anyway, happy Theory Thursday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Functional Friday, as long as I have time to make that video. Take care.